Welcome back, Love Stylers. I'm Misty. Today we're going to be talking about an elimination diet, and healing can be made simple. Thank you for subscribing, sharing, and liking. Stick with me this year if you want to stay on track to making small pivots in your life. Lifestyle changes that are easy enough because I've done them, guys. I'm still working on myself. I lost 55 pounds. I got rid of the booze in my life. I got rid of my high blood pressure, and I'm on no meds right now. 90% of the time, I eat on a carnivore diet, which is meat, dairy, and eggs. And I'm always low carb. I implement intermittent fasting in my life every single day for the last 5 years. And I'm loving life now. So what is an elimination diet? It is basically what it sounds like. You are eliminating all of the bad foods. But also part of an elimination diet, which is hard to say, easier than you think to do, I do want to include removing stress, not only from your body, from your gut, from your brain, but stress in your life is part of the whole picture of an elimination diet, so we can do this right and start to heal simply and fast. So what are we eliminating as far as foods? Sugar is number one. I'm going to say sweeteners. If you have not considered getting rid of the sweeteners in your life, I want you to start considering it, because those two are in the same category as far as I'm concerned. The sweeteners, they don't know a ton about yet. They've been concentrating on sugar as being the devil so far, which it is. It's poison. But the sweeteners can also jack up your system. So start to consider how much sweetener you are consuming now. As part of the elimination diet, we're going to try to get rid of this in our life. Carbs, of course. Now, carbs are in so many things. Bread is off the table. If you are eating bread still and you are trying to lose weight, I'm going to ask you to read the label. There is like soybean oil in bread. There is corn syrup in bread. There's bad flours in bread, gluten. So bread is off the table. Pasta, cereal, crackers, chips, these things that we've been eating since the 80s and beforehand. Now we know these things are no good for us. It's just a habit to grab those snacks that have those carbs that make us feel high for a few minutes, and then you're hungry an hour later. So carbs, sugar, there are ingredients also in so many foods. There's too many to name. I just did a video about soybean oil. Check it out, guys. Last week I did it because soybean oil is in virtually everything that we love. Almost everything that tastes good. Vegetable oils. These things are terrible for our guts. We do not perform well if we are eating these things too often. So MSG is another one. Monosodium glutamate, which is a flavor enhancer. It is in so many foods that taste delicious. Why do you think it tastes so delicious? To make us addicted, coming back for more. I was addicted to so many things myself. I am not at my goal weight, guys. I lost some weight. It's 5 years now that I was on keto and then over to carnivore, and I gave up drinking at the same time. And I love my life now, but it takes some time to get used to these changes. And I don't want you to be hard on yourself. I want you to have faith this is going to work, but you have to keep doing it. You know, some people's bodies have a problem with gluten. Gluten. It's gluten. And gluten comes from wheat, and that's part of the flours that we're no longer consuming is regular white and rich flour. It's on the list as one of the first things you cannot consume anymore if you want to thrive and heal. So why would you consider going on an elimination diet? That's so hard to say for some reason. Because your body may be inflamed. And I talked about inflammation in the past, and Dr. Berg talks about inflammation in a way we can understand. But basically, your system is jacked up. Your organs have inflammation. And your tissue has inflammation, and your gut has inflammation. I even think your brain can have inflammation. So this causes disease. Inflammation is at the base of most of our health problems in today's society. So, diabetes, heart disease, even Alzheimer's, these are all signs of inflammation. Of course, leaky gut, which is terrible if you have leaky gut. I can tell you, if you start to implement some of the things I talk about on this channel, that will go away. I actually know what it even feels like now to have leaky gut. Every time I cheat on my diet, and I cheat sometimes, guys, I get leaky gut immediately. Getting rid of the inflammation is key. When your body has inflammation in it, from all of these bad foods we may have been consuming over the years that have built up or that you're still consuming, it is stressful and taxing on the body. So your cortisol then goes up. Now, cortisol is a hormone, the fight or flight hormone, that does us no good when that is high. So we want to lessen the cortisol in our body. That is saved for emotional times when we need to use it, when we're very, very fearful. But we don't want that happening in our body on a daily basis, just from eating the wrong foods. You know, another thing, we don't want to be on meds. Who the heck have you ever met wishes they could be on more medication? So I used to have high blood pressure. I had high blood pressure my entire life that I remember since I was about 18 years old. Now, I was drinking all those years. I just gave it up 5 years ago. And that's when I got to get off of my medication eventually by implementing a better way of eating. And I'm very happy eating 90% meat, dairy, and eggs. So getting off medication is not talked about a whole lot in the diet or nutrition community. And a bonus why I think you should give an elimination diet a try is because you don't want to die young. You don't want to die young. You don't want to be fat, right? But you don't want to die young. And you want to be there for your children. You want to be there for your grandchildren. When you go on that vacation to the Grand Canyon, like I plan on doing in a few months, I'm already starting to practice hiking because I want to get off my ass, guys. Don't be the person at the family reunion who's too fat to participate in the activities, who just sits in their lawn chair and drinks alcohol. Don't be the fat person in the lawn chair, the aunt, the uncle. We all have that fat person in our family who can't participate because they're too fat, so they can't go swimming and run around with the children and the grandkids, but they're sitting there drinking. Now, sitting in a lawn chair and drinking is not two activities. So don't be that person. It's about quality of life. And if you've never really thought about it before, I hope I have sparked some inspiration in you today that you deserve to be happy. And just because you haven't done it right up until now, it's okay. You can make a change. You have to have faith in yourself, and you have to know that you deserve it, and you have to understand that you are going to love this way. So healing from the inside out is easy, and I'm going to give you some tips now on how to do that. So now we get to the how to do it, how to start an elimination diet. Well, the word kind of explains it very easily, but we talked about the things we want to stay away from. And guys, if you have any questions about what to eat, what not to eat, please hit me up in the comments. I'm a very helpful person, and I love getting comments and interacting with you. So please don't be shy. So of course, we're eliminating all the crap. We're trying to get rid of some of the stressors in our life, not only with food, but with people and work stress, family drama, these kind of things. The more you pull away from these things, the happier you're going to be. And the more you're going to stay on your diet, because you're not going to want to grab that bag of chips, grab the tub of ice cream, and these addictive behaviors that seem to soothe us emotionally somehow. So also eliminating stress, non-food related stress in your life is also important. I just wanted to add. So how do we do this? Well, besides eliminating these foods that are problematic that we talked about today, I want you to add meat, good quality meat. We're also adding eggs. If you don't have a bunch of hard-boiled eggs, even though I know you will soon because Easter's coming up, make them now and realize that is probably the best snack on the entire planet. And if you eat 2 hard-boiled eggs before you eat your meal, or you bring them with you to the family cookouts, I guarantee you if you eat those 2 eggs before you grab the dessert or the carby side dish that you know is going to be on the table, you already know it's going to be there. The macaroni salad, the what have you. If you eat 2 hard-boiled eggs first, guys, you're going to be full. And you can have your meat with that. And that's perfect. But also vegetables. A lot of people think, well, Misty, you're carnivore. Like, I thought you didn't even eat vegetables. What is that about? I actually do consume vegetables. Vegetables are a healthy food. I don't want people to get confused. Eating vegetables can be very helpful when you're implementing an elimination diet. You're eliminating the bad crap. And if you have to use oil, whether you're making salad dressing or you are cooking with oil, even though you can cook with butter and it's a little bit better, a good tip here is the fruit oils are safe. Avocado oil, olive oil, and coconut oil. So try to stick with the fruit oils. That's easy to remember. Eggs. A lot of butter is very helpful. And we're doing vegetables as well. And even a little bit of fruit. Careful with the fruit. You don't want to eat a lot of fruit. It sometimes causes you to get cravings. But berries are the safest. Strawberries, blueberries, raspberries are always a safe bet, especially since we got the cookouts coming, guys. This food is going to be on the table, the food we don't want to eat, the food we have already eliminated from our life. So whole foods, single foods, things that don't require a package of any sort is always safest. Start with your meat. Please remember, cheese. Cheese is going to save your ass if you're anything like me. I love meat, first of all. So I knew I was going to love this way of eating. And I still do, guys. But if I was not able to eat cheese on this diet and a lot of butter, I probably would never have done the carnivore diet. Now, you may not love meat as much as I do. You may not love cheese as much as I do and butter. But if you do, I want you to consider carnivore. But keto is always easier for most people. And I want you to also include, if you can, intermittent fasting. Intermittent fasting in your new diet is very, very doable. You just skip breakfast. You just skip breakfast. And I'm going to leave it there. Also, water. So damn obvious, right? Making water your only drink. Water, not tap water, but regular water. I do drink them out of plastic bottles. I have to work on that. But regular water should be your drink from now on. Get rid of the sodas. Get rid of the diet soda. Get rid of the energy drinks, the Gatorade Zero. It's all shit, guys. It's all shit. And I do not waver from this opinion about drinks. So making water your drink from now on. You can put some lemon in there if it helps. You could even put a couple drops of liquid stevia if you want to make a lemonade. And I don't love sweeteners, but I do consume a little bit of stevia here and there to keep me going and making me feel like I'm enjoying something occasionally. Also, of course, you want to move your body at least 3 times a week for at least 30 minutes at a time. I've been doing a ton of walking. It's been really nice out. I like getting out in nature, getting some natural vitamin D. I stopped taking my vitamin D supplements because I found there's soybean oil in them. So that is off the table. Natural vitamin D is always best. We want to thank you for tuning into Love Style today, listening to our music. We are Black Eyed Soul. Andrew and I record right here in this room. And you can find our music anywhere you find streaming music or at blackeyedsoul.com. And my truth bomb today is, if you have never considered or even heard of an elimination diet, don't be so scared of the title. Whatever medical problem you have that you feel like you're just stuck with for the rest of your life can probably be healed by eliminating bad foods. Implementing an elimination diet can actually cure you. And people might question this, but I'm going to tell you it happened for me, and I want the world to know. And I'm very overzealous about it. I hope it's coming across today. And again, don't hesitate to ask me anything. Thank you for subscribing, sharing, and liking, spending your time with me today, guys. And remember, with enough belief, faith in the elimination diet, it can work like magic for you, just like it did for me. We'll see you next time on Love Style. Peace out.